So I want to start with just, some people had asked, just a little report check-in about the gathering at Courthouse Square last evening in support of the Sanctuary Coalition and the Sanctuary Movement. There's a really good article in the Press Democrat yesterday before it, and I'm guessing there's one.
No,
It's not today?
Not today.
Oh, not, anyway, there was a lot of press there, so it's gonna show up sometime. It was fun to see lots of us there, and us in the specific of Dharma Heart Zen, and us in the sense of faith, people of faith who care, who want to pay attention. And I was thinking, somebody at the end said, you know, churches are offering themselves and Ner Shalom synagogue as sanctuary, and someone said, and be a sanctuary yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? To be a safe person, and a safe person for marginalized peoples. So I just going to share just a moment of my own personal experience, because I'm new to the Interfaith Leadership Council, and was on the ritual committee, and it was great that a lot of people here brought cloth. They were hoping 200 people would be there, that we needed 200 strips of cloth, so that then people were going to stand in a circle and tie it all together as a symbol of how we are all tied together and bound together, and that we'll pay attention and take care of each other. And there were so many people, and so at the end, I had a good buddy from, I'm not sure what church she's from. We were cutting yarn like mad, so that there was enough so that everybody could have not. We ran out of pieces of cloth, and there were big thick pieces of yarn, and there was a beautiful ritual where just everybody tied it all together and sang and had this sense of community, which I think is what we all want, is a sense of belonging and place. But for me, because I had one of the baskets full of who's Kyle? Hi, Kyle. I had one of the baskets and was passing it around, and so I kind of went out to the outer edges where the more it appeared, the more marginalized people were. You know, it's like some people just, I think, naturally think they can come in close, and other people were gathered in little families or pods and were more kind of shy and hesitant about being present. And just the experience of walking up and offering people cloth or pieces of yarn, and the feeling of at first, no, I don't want it, and then the feeling of when that people really did want it, and when they said yes, and then their kids took it, and then there was something very beautiful in just that simple act, and then we all tied our lives together, our hearts together. So that was lovely and scary. Stories are scary that are happening.
Chris,
So yeah,
I'm sorry. I wonder if somebody who knows how to turn on the heat could turn on the heat.
the heat was on when we came in, and we can't adjust it.
This will make a difference.
It's
computerized.
Yeah, oh, that'll make a difference, because it was warm when we came in,
Yeah.
and it has changed.
No,
But we have no control.
well, we don't have control now. Okay, thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
That's okay, I
Yeah.
understand.
I have a chance.
So we are the Eightfold Path. Right view, the Four Noble Truths. And right intention, how do we live with the awareness of suffering, causes of suffering, waking up, and then living it, embodying it. And I said on Tuesday, and I'll keep saying, I'm really enjoying the Eightfold Path, by each of the essays by 8 Zen women practitioners, so I'm gonna use Mary Mycene's essay in here, but I'll say, first of all, that on Tuesday, brought forward the Eihei Kosu Hotsugamon, which is Dogen's, it's not a fascicle. Anyway, it's his writing about vow, and it's very beautiful. And vow is a word or a way we might say in this tradition that we express our right intention, our how we want to live. And today, I'm going to bring forward Mary, like I said, but then I want to bring forward the Dhammapada, which Mary also mentions in her essay. And I have 3 different translations, so I hope I get to share all three with you. But let me start with the second factor on the noble path, right intention. Right is usually translated as, here she says, wholesome, wise, or skillful. Wholesome, wise, or skillful. And intention is usually translated as thought or intention, but can also be translated as resolve, aspiration, or the exertion of our own will to change. She says the Buddha did not flesh out the factors of the path in his initial teachings. However, he gave us instructions in how to practice with thought. And she's already said that thought is not just cognitive thought, but it's also feeling sensations in the body. But in the Sutra of the 2 sorts of thinking, so she's going to tell us a little bit about the 2 thoughts of thinking. This refers to the 2 sorts of thought that the Buddha identified in himself while he was still a bodhisattva. He tells the monks that he divided his thoughts into 2 sorts. First, unwholesome thoughts of desire, ill will, and harmfulness. And second, wholesome thoughts of renunciation, loving kindness, and compassion. He noticed that when thoughts of desire arose, they led to affliction for himself or others or both, and that such thoughts obstructed his judgment and promoted vexation. That's the great word, isn't it? I am feeling really vexed right now. I really want it and I can't get it. It's not cooperating with me. They did not lead to liberation. Similarly, with thoughts of ill will or harmfulness, he realized that they were not useful, were harmful, and did not lead to liberation. Liberation being freedom, being able to live with ease and joy and happiness and generosity. When he indulged them, their habit force increased. I appreciate, I think it was Kristen who said on Tuesday that she was enjoying noticing whether her thoughts or state of mind were wholesome. It's like, oh, this is wholesome right now. That's kind of a nice thing to do. Or just like, unwholesome. Just take a breath and then you come back. Okay, so going on, I marked different places in here. So renunciation. Renunciation, we know it through in our vow taking. All my ancient twisted karma from beginningless greed, hate, and delusion born through body, speech, and mind, I now fully avow. She describes it as letting go. I think of it also as a setting down as of a burden. When I do full prostration vows, we'll have a chance to do that today if you want to when we do service, I enact my intention to set down my ego burden and be free of the constant need to protect myself. I renounce it. Isn't that lovely? If you know Mary's a lawyer, Mary can appear kind of fierce and feisty, and so it's so beautiful to read these really tender practices that she does. A full bow is also an enacting of a request for help from the Buddhas and ancestors or the universe, or however one wants to conceive of the source of support. Zazen itself, of course, is renunciation over and over again. Some periods of Zazen feel as if they were an endless session of letting go over and over and over and over. Just a noticing, of thinking, and a letting go, sometimes easy and sometimes not so easy. What are we renouncing? The Buddha referred to noticing thoughts of desire or greed, yes, and the deepest desire is for existence itself, based on our ignorant self-clinging in our hopeless quest for permanence and independent existence. There's also a parallel desire for non-existence. I think that's equally important. This is simply another thought of safety and permanence of a different sort. Liberation is letting go of both of these hopeless quests. Maybe we could say, through my own experiences, I wanted, here I am. Will you notice? Will I notice? Everything's going to be just fine if suddenly, here I am. But there's also, maybe you know the part of, I think I'd just like to get out of here. Maybe I could just disappear a little bit, or so, you know, it's middle way, right down the center, just letting go over and over and over. She says, come back to the body. What is the sensation? Explore. What is the tightness, the tears, the heat, an impulse to cringe? Explore. Where is your breath? This exploration can become more interesting than anything else if done wholeheartedly. Body. Stay with the body. Stay with the breath. Okay, so now that we've got that one, we're going to go on to loving kindness. Loving kindness, metta, and we'll chant the Metta Sutta today, is the antidote to when our thinking is characterized by ill will. Loving kindness is the benevolent wishing well for all beings. And then she says, because I never thought about it this way before, is that in the Metta Sutta, right in the middle of it, she says there's a little prayer. May all beings be happy. May we be joyous and live in safety. All living beings, whether weak or strong and high or middle or low realms of existence, small or great, visible or invisible, near or far, born or to be born, may all beings be happy. Let no one deceive another, nor despise any being in any state. Let none by anger or hatred wish harm to another. And then she shares, I can find it, she says she does that every morning. I kind of want it because can't find it. Anyway, that's a beautiful practice. You just get up every morning and wish yourself and wish the whole world well. You can use whatever language you want. Steve Stuckey used to, his practice was when he would get out of bed is when his feet would swing over and touch the ground. And he would articulate his intention and his vow and say a little prayer. Still hoping I can find it, but I can't. Okay, and compassion, the third of the wholesome. The practice of compassion is the Buddha's antidote to thoughts of cruelty and harm. Sometimes our thoughts of ill will are so strong that we actually want to harm another. We want to inflict suffering, or at the least, we don't care if we inflict suffering. Compassion means to suffer with, and it is the wish to save all beings from suffering. Buddhaghosa, who wrote the Visuddhimagga, early Indian Buddhism, advises us to arouse the thought of compassion by imagining someone who is suffering and to use that image to open our hearts and feel for the suffering. The practice regarding difficulty with opening our hearts is basically the same as for loving kindness. Notice how unwholesome thoughts, here of cruelty or harming, feel in the body. Notice how harmful they can be and how they harm oneself as well and others as well. Notice the strength of habit force and its destructive power. Notice that such habitual thoughts of harm tend to arise out of one's own difficulties and karmic causes and conditions. Use this noticing to strengthen one's intention to engage in wholesome thought habits of compassion for the suffering of others. As with loving kindness, again, include yourself. Our compassionate response to suffering must begin with ourselves. And then she tells a little story about being at Tassajara and being with Reb Anderson. And Reb gave a lecture about compassion. And he defined it as stay close and do nothing. When we stay close, we know the connection with self and other. We know what is going on inside ourselves, be it anger, a wish to harm, a wish to flee, fear, guilt, or perhaps sadness. Once we know, we can respond to our unwholesome mind habit and take care of ourselves with compassion. And when we stay close, we can know what is going on with another. We can listen and respond. And when we respond, it can come from doing nothing. Isn't that nice? Stay close and do nothing, and then see what arises. And one last piece of this. We can encourage ourselves in the practice of compassion with the image of the 11-headed Avalokiteshvara. Do you know that? Have you ever noticed on the images of Avalokiteshvara? She's got the 1,000 hands and eyes, but she's got lots of heads, and there's heads popping up out of heads. And so the story of it. One version of why she has so many heads is that she kept having to grow another when her prior head exploded. This happened when she went down to the hell realm and saved all suffering beings there. She helped the last one out and waved goodbye. Avalokiteshvara turned back to enjoy the sight of the empty hell realm, and it was full again. Her head exploded. You ever feel? I feel that way. I love this story. I feel that way a lot. It's like boom. I feel a lot that way these days. Boom. But it's kind of beautiful as it just keeps exploding, and more hands, more eyes. It's just. This happened 10 times before she understood that saving all beings is just what she does, or she, quote, does. She doesn't, or what she does. She doesn't have to do anything. We don't have to do anything. If you think you're doing something, you're going to get exhausted. It's just there's this responsiveness of stay close and do nothing, and then what happens is it's the appropriate response that arises out of the deep heart of compassion and our own Avalokiteshvaraness. So if you're feeling exhausted and perplexed or whatever it is, just keep coming back. Keep coming back. It's here. And then it's just, there's a sense of mutuality and call and response. She simply responds to the suffering. We can use this story to support our own practice to see the suffering and to simply respond. Okay. And then she offers the Dhammapada, the beginning of the Dhammapada. So I first knew the Dhammapada at San Francisco Zen Center. Richard Baker was the abbot, and he'd never done anything like this before, but there was something clearly, and it's an early Buddhist text. He got one for everybody in the community. And I was, as a young student, I was so impressed by this gift. This is the one he gave all of us. So I'm going to read from it first, the beginning verses of it, and maybe sometime we should just study the whole thing. But it's a wonderful little thing to just have. It's wise and it's simple. This translation is by, who is this translation by? Should have looked. Anyway, we'll go on. I can tell you who the other two are from. First chapter is, they entitle Contrary Ways. What we are today. Listen with your whole body. Just take a breath. Just listen here. What we are today comes from our thoughts of yesterday. And our present thoughts build our life of tomorrow. Our life is the creation of our mind. If a person speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows them as the wheel of the cart follows the beast that draws the cart. What we are today comes from our thoughts of yesterday. And our present thoughts build our life of tomorrow. Our life is the creation of our mind. If a person speaks or acts with a pure mind, joy follows as their own shadow. He insulted me, she hurt me, he defeated me, they robbed me. Those who think such thoughts will not be free from hate. She insulted me, he hurt me, she defeated me, they robbed me. Those who think not such thoughts will be free from hate. For hate is not conquered by hate. Hate is conquered by love. This is the eternal law. Simple. Direct. Gil Fronsdale, who I called on, I think, last week, has translated it. I think, as you know, I love doing different translations because you realize how important it is for you to translate this yourself over and over, and to allow it to ripen in your own heart and mind and words. So here's Gil's. He calls it dichotomies. All experience is preceded by mind, led by mind, made by mind. Speak or act with a corrupted mind, and suffering follows as the wagon wheel follows the hoof of the ox. All experience is preceded by mind, led by mind, made by mind. Speak or act with a peaceful mind, and happiness follows like a never departing shadow. He abused me, attacked me, defeated me, robbed me. For those carrying on like this, hatred does not end. She abused me, attacked me, defeated me, robbed me. For those not carrying on like this, hatred ends. Hatred never ends through hatred. By non-hatred alone, does it end. This is an ancient truth. One more? This is by Thanissaro Bhikkhu. And he calls it pairs. Phenomena are preceded by the heart, ruled by the heart, made by the heart. If you speak or act with a corrupted heart, then suffering follows you, as the wheel of the cart, the track of the ox that pulls it. Phenomena are preceded by the heart, ruled by the heart, made by the heart. If you speak or act with a calm, bright heart, then happiness follows you like a shadow that never leaves. He insulted me, hit me, beat me, robbed me. For those who brood on this, hostility isn't stilled. He insulted me, hit me, beat me, robbed me. For those who don't brood on this, hostility is stilled. Hostilities aren't stilled through hostility, regardless. Hostilities are stilled through non-hostility. This is an unending truth. Hostilities are stilled through non-hostility. This is an unending truth. Why don't you do little groups of 3? Let's talk about this wholesome, unwholesome, and the words of the Dhammapada and how they resonate in you, how they arrive as teachings that you could carry with you, or anything else in this that you'd like to bring forward, okay?